Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 32 of the Onnnn Block podcast. It is Monday, December 16th, 2024. I am Nordic97, joined with LeBlock James. LeBlock, how are we doing on this fine Monday evening?
Oh, we're doing fantastic, buddy.
That's awesome. Awesome to hear. I'm sure you're thrilled about your Ottawa Senators making a good old playoff push here.
Li-
What's happening?
Listen, I'm gonna put this into retrospect. Ottawa hasn't been in a playoff spot like in December since I was in my first year of college.
Huh. Wow. Since what? So that was 2016-17.
Yeah,
I was 9.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
All right. All right. We got some news here to talk about before we roll into a lot of stuff here today. We got a lot of lists content we got to make. We got a lot of discussion. We have a lot of fun stuff that we found on Twitter that I think is worth talking about. First off, we're going to start off with some trades, some waivers, and some other stuff around the National Hockey League. Starting off with news out of St. Louis, where defenseman Cam Fowler was traded to the St. Louis Blues with $2.5 million retained by Anaheim, along with a 2027 fourth-round pick. Anaheim received prospect Jeremy Biakabutka and a 2027 second-round pick. This is such a head-scratcher to me. I don't really understand it at all. It is really weird that, first off, St. Louis is going for someone like Fowler because he has some of the worst defensive analytics in the entire league. I did a list on my Instagram where I looked at the worst defensive pairings like in the NHL using the X goals against average. Cam Fowler was not only number 1 on that list, he was number 6 with another pair. So he's been terrible on 2 pairs. It's such a head scratcher to me for St. Louis, but I guess it's just because they need bodies. But apart from that, like, it's really, really weird.
I even before I saw the return, I think I tweeted out from my personal account saying this is just it's such a puzzling move. Like, it's such a puzzling move. Because St. Louis, I'm not gonna lie, St. Louis has the oldest defense core in the NHL. Like, I think outside of Broberg, who's hurt or
Yeah.
just coming back, they have no one under 30.
Yeah, their blue line, I'll read it off here while we're at it. Cam Fowler, Colton Parayko, Philip Broberg, who is back, I believe. Justin Falk, Ryan Suter, and Scott Perunovich as well, not including Torrey Krug and Nick Leddy, who are both injured right now. So that is an old-ass blue line. Like, that is old.
Yeah.
I'll give
Like,
credit it's worth to Anaheim. They did get a second. I don't know a lot about Biakabutka, but it's not terrible.
he's like a B minus C tier prospect. No grounds are being shaken by him being moved. I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, like St. Louis makes no sense. Anaheim, I get it. You want to clear out the old guys, the old regime who didn't want to be there. I kind of get that, but it's such a strange move. Like,
No, I get it from Anaheim's perspective. It's good on them. They get a second round pick. For St. Louis, it's a little strange for me.
yeah,
It
like
really is a little bit of a.
but like even I think you could have probably wait like once again with the Blackwood trade, like I said, you probably could have waited. But I guess Anaheim wanted to get Fowler out immediately. Like there's no, I
Saw
don't
him with
know.
Truba. He's like, nope, we're done. Nope.
Yeah.
So Biakabutka, so we're thorough. Played games in the ECHL this season. He did play with Springfield before going over to Anaheim, which is the minor league affiliate for St. Louis. But yeah, this guy more or less has been an ECHL player through the majority of his career. So not really that big of an impact guy, but it's an extra body for your minor league, I guess. But overall, again, was a little bit of a head scratcher there that I thought was a little strange in St. Louis. I also want to touch base with the Blues about how they have made it's Brandon Saad, right? Why did I just blank on his name?
Brandon Saad, yes.
They have made Brandon Saad available for trade. They said that they want to move him out. I believe he is on a $4.5 million deal that expires not at the end of this season, but at the end of next season. Good luck moving on him, to be honest. I don't really think you can move someone like Saad, just not at this price particularly.
And not having a great year with St. Louis either.
Yeah, Saad, I'll pull up his stats right now. Through the amount of games with St. Louis, through 28 games, has 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. So he's not what he used to be. That's what we'll roll with there. That he is not what he used to be whatsoever. If you give me a second, I can pull up his official cap hit, but you're not going to get a lot for him. You're not going to get much for
No,
him.
what you
I
could
do.
see
Yeah. Sorry.
you could see what happened is like this could go to the summer, but they also just waive him. They could waive him
Yeah.
and see if someone's gonna take him. If not, you're looking at you could probably just buy him out at in the summer if it
Yeah.
comes to that point.
Saad is on a no trade clause. He gets paid 4.5 million for the next 2 seasons. That no trade clause is a 12-team no trade list. So I don't know. I don't know about that, Chief. I'm not a big fan. Don't think you're gonna move on from him, Armstrong. But hey, I've been wrong before. We'll see where that goes from there. Also, I wanted to point out before we get into the Buffalo Sabres and what is happening there, Oliver Wahlstrom. This was a big headline, and I thought that this could actually turn into something interesting. Oliver Wahlstrom was claimed off of waivers from Boston. Um, he is
Islanders.
now a Boston Bruin, moving on from the Islanders. Low key, like LeBlanc, I've always been so high on Wallstrom. I think this could be a good move. This could turn into something good, but
I'm not gonna lie to you when I said I kind of expressed that Ottawa should maybe make a claim for him. I've always liked Wallstrom. I was just think he never really got, or when he got the opportunity to get playing time in New York, he didn't kind of faltered, kind of maybe wasn't the right environment for him. But I hope he has success in Boston. Not too much success though, because they're divisional rivals.
yeah,
I hope it works out for him because
always.
yeah, it would suck to see such young talent go to waste.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. That's actually one more thing. Keegan Colasar signed a 3-year, $2.5 million deal with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Hmm.
So not a bad lockup there. Again, I feel like we talk about this a lot. Like Vegas, over the course of this season, has just been locking up their entire core.
Yeah,
Like even their depth players are completely locked up. Like this team is gonna be what it is for the next like 3 years at
yeah.
least. So I mean, I don't really know if that's a bad thing, but like, it is interesting. Like this team could fall off in the next 2 seasons and they're screwed. But I don't think that happens. That's obviously just me
Mm,
speaking like an idiot. Did you see that for the Team Canada World Junior roster? First off, like it's the final roster.
yeah.
Did you see it get announced?
I did.
Any
Uh,
complaints?
I don't think we're not a serious hockey country anymore. Apparently, because we're just cutting guys who should be the best players on that team. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like,
Yeah, Zane Perrick did make this team. He did actually get an invite, and so did Beckett Seneca, but they were both cut.
yeah, which I don't understand. Beckett Seneca should not have been cut. And I look at the defense core. Team Canada defense core is just it's Sam Dickinson, and that's the entire offense you're gonna get from that defense core. It's all defensive guys.
Pretty much.
Which isn't a bad thing, but like you need. I'm being a little hypocritical here because I always say like I want a defenseman who plays defense first and then offense. But when you're building a team, you need guys who can play offense on the back end and do defensive stuff well. They have one guy who does both things well, and the rest of them just play defense.
Well, no, when you're building a team for a tournament that small, you should have guys who are able to score offensively.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't even really think you're being hypocritical. Like I think that when you're looking at a tournament that's this small compared to, what in your context you like in an like a full NHL season when you're talking about that. For a tournament, I would 100% put someone like Zane Perrick on this team who may not be great defensively, but could also produce offense. And take out someone like Caden Price and maybe put Bonk next to Perrick and cover up the defensive things. Like I don't know, to be honest.
I don't I like Perrick being cut is not like he probably should have made the team, yes, but I think Seneca's one where I'm like, why?
Yeah, a little bit of
Because
a head scratcher.
it's weird. Like I think we said this in the last episode. It's weird to see Team Canada go for such younger players because usually they go for the older guys, the guys who've been drafted, the guy who's maybe have been to the tournament before. But no, they went like we have guys like Matthew Schaefer made the team on the decor over Zane Perrick, which I think is kind of insane. But
Yes.
he's having a good year though. I'm not,
Yeah.
no disrespect to Matthew Schaefer, but and then McKenna and Martone making it over Seneca. I don't really know about that. McKenna kind of deserted, but they're both good players. But like it's tough. It's tough. I think Seneca deserved a spot on this team.
Yeah, it's a tough choice. It is. I do want to say like there are five notable players, or sorry, I think there's no four notable players who are involved in the 2025 draft. That being Jack Ivan Kovic, who is I think I said that right. He's one of the goalies. Matthew Schaefer on the blue line, and then Porter Martone and Gavin McKenna are the forwards. One thing that I did see today is that Gavin McKenna was actually playing fourth line minutes with Team Canada. Did you see that?
No, I didn't. But like, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not surprised. Team Canada usually doesn't give their young guys the big top 6 minutes.
Yeah, I saw so many people complaining about that, and I even said that as like an American. I'm like, yeah, like McKenna is gonna be like really good, and it is gonna be like the next Matthews, is what they're saying. But I mean, you look at a lot of the guys who are above him. Like a lot of those guys played in previous World
Yeah, I
Juniors.
also want to say McKenna's also 16.
Yeah, he's a 16-year-old. He's
He's
younger than both of
he's
us.
younger. He's less like physically mature. Like when you realize once you like you bulk up, he's probably not there yet. So you want to give him probably what they're gonna do. They're gonna give him like 4 third line minutes throughout the tournament. Then if he sees him if he produces, they're gonna put him up in the lineup in that tournament. But
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see where Canada goes from here. Did you see the only other roster that I think was released? I don't think USA's is yet confirmed, or I
Sweden,
might
I
be
think Sweden's got
Sweden's
released.
roster. Did you see Sweden's
I
roster?
did.
It's not that bad.
Sweden
It's
is
not
not
bad.
bad. Honestly, Sweden could be a dark horse though.
Yeah, I'm looking at the current team. You got a couple guys who aren't even like signed to NHL deals, but you got Axel Sandin Pellikka, Tom Willander, Theo Lindstein. They have guys like David Edstrom, Jack Berglund. Forgot who he was. Otto Stenberg. They're not that bad. They're not that bad. And they also have a kid, Victor Eklund, who I'm really excited for.
Yeah, he's gonna be he's in this upcoming draft, and I'm honestly I'm high on Victor Eklund. I really do like Victor Eklund what he brings to the table.
I am somebody who likes to watch hockey every month of the year, and I watched the Holinka Gretzky Cup in August. That kid is special.
Hmm.
That kid is super special. So let's hope for the best there with the World Juniors. And I'm pretty sure we're doing an episode next week. Maybe next week we'll do like our World Junior preview, and we'll look at the rosters and see what we think. We'll go through that more in depth in an actual like segment. But let's move on to the Buffalo Sabres. The Sabres have dropped 10 games in a row. LeBlanc, are you surprised? First off, I'll ask you that.
Okay, I'm gonna say this with all due respect. I think we kind of called this. Like we said, bringing in Lindy Ruff wasn't the right move, and from the early results I've been given, clearly we were right.
I don't really know if it's his fault though. Like he
It's not.
has taken responsibility for it, but I don't really know if it's
But
all
the
his fault.
one thing I don't get is that they had Pagula and Adams. They had a whole big ass team meeting saying we believe in you. Like we believe in you. No changes are coming.
It's kind of funny because it feels like a Disney movie. Them
It
saying that
does. Like
we believe in this team.
it's like the solution's in the room. I'm gonna be very blunt here. What more does the room have to give? Like what more do they have to give? Clear like this is not Buffalo of 2 years ago where they can just outscore the opponent, outscore the opponent to win games. This team is just not good.
Yeah, I don't know. Like a lot of their players are like really struggling, and a lot of guys who like had really high upside at one point. Like we looked at Buffalo at one point as like the best prospect pool in the league. Some people believed, and guys like Dylan Cousins barely have 15 points this season. Jack Quinn has really struggled. Even like Peyton Krebs, we kind of knew that was coming.
Yeah.
Zach Benson struggled. Like it just seems like all of the young players who were brought in like the future that was like 3 years ago, they have all struggled. The only one who has been like really good this year is John Jason Paterka, and he was a second round pick. He was picked the latest of any of the guys that I just mentioned.
Yeah.
So it's not
Byron's been not great either.
You see today in 32 Thoughts that Friedman said that Byram wants to be like a number one
Yeah,
defense.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get behind
Here's the
that.
thing. I honestly feel like that whole I really feel bad for Sabres fans because I cheer for a team that's missed the playoffs for 7+ years now, but they're going on year like 14. Like
Yeah,
I do feel bad for the fan base, and I don't blame them for not supporting them as much as they should. But like I think Buffalo is heading for another rebuild, like another teardown, because
yeah.
they're getting calls on Dylan Cousins, they're getting calls on Jack Quinn, they're getting calls on Byram. So like I just don't, and I you and honestly for me it starts at ownership. I'll be frank.
Yeah.
Pagula has been known throughout he used to meddle in the Bills, but now he's left the Bills alone. And look at the Bills; they're so successful now.
Yeah.
And now he's
I
meddling
feel
in
for me, oh my god, so good. Sorry, it was really glitching there for a second. I feel like for me, it seems like everybody that the Pagulas hire is like just like their friends. Like they don't hire like people who are actually competent. Like I'm being
yeah.
honest with you. So again, like it's really like I wish I had a list pulled up of all the guys they've hired, but like Kevin Adams, did he have any experience before
I don't
Buffalo?
I don't even know where they got Kevin Adams from.
Yeah, I don't even know where he came from.
I'm just looking it up. I'm gonna look it up right now.
Okay. Yeah, I just like it feels like it's so disheartening. He was before he was the vice president, director. He's been with the Sabres for such a long time, but never had any general manager position besides, when he got into it. He was always the vice president and all that. So he's been with the Sabres for a long time, but he was like friends with the Pagulas, it seems.
Yeah, and it
I
just
don't
seems
really
like he's been with like he was fired by Buffalo, brought back, and then he was just rose the ranks. And yeah,
So, what changes would you make if you're Buffalo right now? If you're Pagula, what would you do?
if I'm Pagula, honestly, like Kevin Adams, like you need like I would go to Kevin Adams and be like, you need to right the ship, and if you don't right the ship, I'm gonna have someone come in and do your job for you because you won't be out because you'll be out of a job.
How did you feel about his comments saying that Buffalo is not a destination city and that
I
they don't
I
have palm trees?
it's just I think I said this on last pod. Like it's just you call the press conference just to complain about your job. Like
That's more or less what he did. And then he
yeah,
also said in that press conference that he had a big trade that they were planning on that they almost got to do, but they couldn't. They
yeah,
almost couldn't.
it's just him complain. It's like if my uncle got drunk at a bar and then just starts spewing all of his work at me. I'd be like, okay, and
Yeah,
like Kevin Adams, I'll be honest, clearly is not fit to be the Sabres GM.
I agree.
And like, if you're complaining, I'll be like, oh, we're not Destination City. Well, here's the thing: I wouldn't want to be in Buffalo in January either. I'm being very frank. I wouldn't want to be in. But here's the thing: there's other
Yeah.
cities in the NHL that are not desirable locations. Yet they still get people to come play for them. Yet they still make trades with people. Yet they work around it. They don't. I don't see Kevin Cheveldayoff going to the media and saying, it's so hard being the GM of Winnipeg. No one wants to play here.
Same with Ottawa. I'm
Yeah,
sure you know that better than anybody.
yeah, I don't see Staios complaining. I don't think Pierre Dorian complained about being in this market once.
Yeah. Um, Seems like for the reason why he can't get things done, he's blaming the fact that Buffalo sucks.
And I think we said it last pod, but the fans are bringing palm trees to games. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that is very funny. It
But
is really, yeah, it's really just such a horrible time right now.
but
And
if I'm the Sabres GM, what I'm doing is I'm looking at everybody who's in the room. If you have value and you don't want to be here, I'm shipping you out.
yeah,
Like I
like
look at here's the thing. I could go to Dylan Cousins and say, listen, we believe in you and you're gonna get it together. But if he's not invested in being a Buffalo Sabre, you need to try and get value for him. He
yeah, I agree.
He's 23 years old. He's a center. He had a 30-goal season. Like I think was it last year or 2 years ago?
I think it was 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, but like you look at like this team is also kind of young. Like
Yeah.
like I'm looking at it right now. Like honestly, like the youth you should bring up. Like Benson, I want to see. I like to see Yuri Kulich get more minutes. Um, Owen Power has probably been one of the only bright spots on the Sabres team this year. Byram's still 23, but he's an RFA, so you probably could ship him out.
Colorado
Um,
won last year. It's
yeah,
possible.
but like it's such. Well, and like Uko signed that big deal, and he's not looking that great to start the
No, I
year.
wouldn't put the blame on UPL. I
I
wouldn't
don't
do that.
put here's the thing.
930, I'm not putting the blame on him.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing. Like I always say, like wins are not a goalie stat; they're a team stat. But I want to say, like some game he's been a little inconsistent.
Okay, I'll get behind that. I also
Yeah,
want to look at Buffalo's attendance. It has really decreased these last couple of seasons. Like you look in the early years of this drought when it started, like they
they
still averaged
still
like
they still
1,000.
came out to support. Like if he was
Yeah.
like 6 years out of the playoffs, they were still showing up
When it really started to fall off was in
after COVID.
2018-19.
Yeah, I was
Even
like,
after COVID too, it really
mm-hmm.
fell off. 2018-19, 17,000 average. 18,000 average. 2019-20, 17,000 average. Now again, that was shortened season, but still. 21-22. I think I'm pretty sure. Otherwise, this is embarrassing. I'm pretty sure the Sabres had like limited attendance during 21-22 because they only averaged like 10,000. I'm
Yes,
pretty sure. Otherwise,
yeah,
that is not that's not
yeah.
good.
No, they had limited attendance.
Yeah, they
That's
had
yeah.
to have. 22-23, even the year where like they were really good. They came very close. They only had 15,000.
They still struggle with attendance. And like you look at like I always like keep track of the attendance per like every day. Buffalo would have games where they would like have like 9,000 people there, and then they would have games like on a weekend against Nashville where there's a sellout.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah,
little.
I don't like it's so weird, but like if you look I'm on Buffalo's like roster page right now. Like if I look at Buffalo, the pieces that I'm going to ship out regardless are going to be Zucker. Greenway you probably get a lot for Greenway. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of teams could use a player like Jordan Greenway. And then
Yeah,
I'll be honest, if I'm going down the route of I'm going to rebuild the entire team, I would trade Bowen Byram,
I would too. Yeah, I would too for
especially
sure.
after those comments from Friedman about Byram wanting to be a number one defenseman on another team. Byram
Yeah,
is defensive number 3 on this team.
yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, so I would trade him and try and get the most value off him. And then, yeah, it's really the only guys I would really move out. Unless I really wanted to move out the big contract and Dylan Cousins. What am I going to use that money, though? I'd rather pay Dylan Cousins.
The only way that I would be like acceptable of that is if they get a legitimate like immediate return.
Yeah.
Like if they get a return that works now. If you get like a first round pick and some really good prospect, like I don't think that's good. You need to get a
No.
return that works now.
You need to be a hockey trade.
Yeah, it needs to be a hockey trade. You cannot be trying to go for future assets. I'm sorry, I don't think this team can take another rebuild. I don't think they can take
I
another
don't.
4 to 5 years.
Yeah, and I think like you always want to look at like the business side of things. Like for business, like you said, the attendance is decreasing more and more as time goes by. If there's
Yeah.
another rebuild, you best assured that attendance will go down and down and down and down. But I always find it funny how we never hear anything bad about Buffalo from the outside perspective about their attendance.
Yeah.
But all the other fan bases get like a load of shit for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't
But Buffalo, I'll be honest, Buffalo, I'm not gonna say pack it in, but they got 1 foot out the door to Cancun.
I feel like with Buffalo, like you need to at least show some progress. You need to show like it feels like the rebuild is going backwards. That's what it seems like right now. And I feel like if I'm trying to think to like what we said at the beginning of the season. Like we said that Buffalo was still a few years away from, becoming legitimate, but still I feel like they need to still needs to be some signs of improvement and not their
Yeah,
young players struggling.
I do want Buffalo. Like Buffalo's playing Montreal tonight. I'm pretty sure. If they lose, they're last
Yeah, they play them tomorrow night. They are
tomorrow
last.
night. Excuse me. Yeah.
I'll
Oh,
be
they are
streaming
last.
them. So
Yeah. So
yeah.
yeah. yeah, they're like it's just like Buffalo. Like best way I could put it is one step forward, 2023, two steps back now.
Yeah, I'll get behind that for sure. All right, Buffalo is one of the couple of teams that we see trending down in the National Hockey League. So we're gonna do a little bit of a segment where we talk about teams that are trending up, teams that are trending down. So first off, LeBlanc, you can talk about any team that's trending up or team that are trending down. Do you have anybody that you want to discuss before I get
The
into
Ottawa,
it?
the Ottawa Senators.
Okay. I figured that's where you were going to go. They have won three in a row. They beat Anaheim 5-1. They shut out Carolina 3-0. And then I think they beat Pittsburgh 3-2 in overtime. I'm pretty sure it was 3.
Yes. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10.
Got to give a lot of credit to Linus Olmark. He was named the first star of the week this past week. I think he went like 3-0, had a shutout,
Yep.
and he had a very good save percentage down the stretch too. So a lot of credit to him.
Allmark has arrived. I don't know how to say it any better than that. Like he's like yeah, I guess this is the Allmark we expected to see when Ottawa got him from Boston.
Yeah. Now, it's funny because we talked on an episode a couple weeks ago that we said it felt like Ottawa's season was falling behind. Do you feel that now? Because they have won 5 of the 7 games they played in December. It has been an awesome stretch of hockey, but it's time for that long 19-game road trip.
Nine, not 19. Was
Oh,
19? That'd be insane.
nine,
That'd be insane. That'd be insane.
9-game road trip. I apologize. They
Um,
played their last home game on Saturday. Their next home game is the 9th of January.
I will be there. I will be.
Okay.
So here's the thing. I feel better about Ottawa's season now, but I look at the race. You look at the teams that are. I'm gonna give you the teams that are either tied or 1 point within Ottawa.
Yeah.
Philly is tied with a
You
game.
thought that me and LeBlanc's teams would be fighting for a
Yeah.
wild card spot. I would have probably
Um,
laughed at you.
the Rangers.
Pretty surprising. Yeah,
The
we'll
Rangers
get.
are a point back. The Pittsburgh Penguins are a point back. The Islanders are a point back, and Columbus is 3 points back now. So,
Yeah,
but the one thing I will say, Ottawa has games in hand on all those teams. But here's the thing: I always say this, and I said this last year: games in hand only matter if you win those games.
100%. We said that last season. I 100% agree with you. A team that is trending down is the New York Rangers. We made a great segment last episode talking about the Rangers. We talked about them a ton. Yeah, it seems like Trouba was not the problem in Ottawa, in New York. Imagine if he was in Ottawa.
That'd be
You would
weird.
not like that. But yeah, the Rangers, they have lost their last, I think, 3 games now, especially last 2. The only game that they've won in the month of December, I believe, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, they won 2 in the month of December. The only one that they won this past week was against Buffalo. So, and I also said, I think I said this on the Nordcast, or I said this somewhere. If they go 0-3 on this like West Coast road trip or Western Conference road trip that they're going on, where they play Nashville and then Dallas, I have a feeling we might see like a coaching change. Even though I don't agree with it, I feel like we might see it.
Like I always say, it's like I think who's to blame? I think Drury's to blame personally, but Drury's gonna fire Lavalette to save his job. That's always how it goes.
Yeah, he's a scapegoat essentially.
And like I don't think Lavalette deserves to be fired. I think the Rangers 5-on-5 play is just it's atrocious. And like I'll be honest, if they don't have Igor on this team might be bottom 5.
Yeah, and you see Igor, like, he is, like, falling off a little bit. He's kind of, like, not deteriorating. He's kind of, like, falling back down to earth, I guess we should say. And the Rangers can't rely on him that much anymore. They need to find a better system to play.
And I'm going to say this right now. I think before coach change, there's going to be a trade. There's going to be a move. Something's got to give.
Yeah, I do want to bring this up, and this is something that I actually wanted to bring up at the start of the pod, but the roster freeze for the holidays is Friday, so we might see some trades this week, and the Rangers might be doing it.
Do you remember the year there was a roster freeze before the COVID season, and like there was like a trade frenzy?
I do remember that. Do you remember the roster freeze Like the roster freeze before the expansion draft and all those trades that happened that day
Yes,
to
yes.
Seattle. That was wild. Like Ryan Ellis got traded to Philly. That ended up going so well. Aiden Hill got traded to San Jose. Like there was
Yeah.
so many moves in that day. Pretty
But
well.
yeah.
And then Jared McCann got dealt to Toronto.
And then
And
and
then
they got taken. They got taken.
it was literally like it was so weird. But anyways, we going back on track. Yeah, the
Yeah.
Rangers. We may see something before the roster freeze. I do want to also say they are only one game above 500, and they are only one goal above a positive goal differential.
Which is kind of crazy because they got clapped this weekend by LA.
They did get clapped this weekend by the Kings. So I really don't know. We're gonna see where it goes from here with the Rangers, but a lot of negatives there. Do you have a team that is trending up or down? Do you?
I am going to say trending up. Can we talk about I'll go we'll go trending up first and then we'll go trending down.
Yeah,
Trending
I've
up,
for four.
I want to say Utah.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I was going to say. Utah has been awesome. They're coming off of a really good week. They are actually, I looked earlier, I looked last night when I was doing my power rankings. They are on a 5 game point streak, beating the Sabres, the Flyers, losing to the Wild in a shootout, beating the Avalanche, and beating the Sharks as well. So they're on a pretty good heater, I would say. And that is for a team that was wildly inconsistent to start. And seeing them go on this stretch like this actually makes me very happy. So it's great to see.
Yeah,
It really.
it's coming together for Utah. They're getting the goaltending when needed. They're getting the scoring when needed, which is the most important thing. I really like they're all coming together. They're making a push. I want to go to another team in the conference that's trending down though, and I'm
Okay.
gonna say this, and you might be shocked by this actually. I'm gonna say
All right.
Calgary.
No, I'm not really shocked by that. I think we expected this to come. They're 3-5-2 in their last 10. They did randomly beat Florida last night.
They shut
In
out
their
Florida.
Yeah, they beat them 3-0. But in games before that, they got blown out 8-3 by Tampa. I do think, yeah, I agree with you. They are trending down a little bit, and I think that we expected it. So I'm not like really like hating
Yeah,
on it.
I,
But yeah,
so Calgary at home, 11-4-1. Calgary on the road, 4-7-4.
I do have a stat that we can read. It's about Dustin Wolf.
Oh yeah,
Find it. So Puck Empire, Puck Empire loves to post stats. They posted something about Dustin Wolf the other day. It said, "No place like home. Flames goalie Dustin Wolf this season is 8-1 at home with a .949 save percentage. On the road, he's 1-5 with a .862. So yeah, they are really
yeah.
good at home and really bad on the road, which is kind of not surprising for a team that is like of their stature, where they're not like they're not expected to be where they are.
I'm gonna say a team that's trending up, and this one might shock you.
Okay.
Who's clicking right now? Mac and Celebrini and the San Jose Sharks.
No, I'm with you. They're 5-5-0
Yeah,
in their last 10. They really have been like actually pretty exciting. They beat St. Louis the other night. They did lose to Utah in a close score, but again, Celebrini and the Sharks, like a lot of those players have looked awesome. Celebrini, 20 points in 21 games played, nearly a point per game pace, which is awesome for a player like him. So I'm really excited to see where he's going to go from here. A team that is trending up for me is a team that is also in California is the LA Kings. The LA
yeah,
Kings
they're
are 2-0 in their last 10. They've won 7 of their last 8. They've been great too.
another team in the same one trending up. Edmonton, eight
Yeah.
8-2 in their last 10.
5 wins in a row. They're playing Florida right now in this Cup final rematch. They are losing 2-1, so we'll see where that goes. But yeah, pumped for the Oilers. One more team for me trending up is the Capitals. Capitals, well, not really trending up, but they are
They're
still
a
going up.
they're a wagon. They're
They
a
are a
wagon.
wagon. They've only had one regulation loss in their last 10 games. They have won. I think if they win tonight against Dallas, they will have won 11 straight on the road. Let me look and see if they're winning. I'm pretty sure they are.
Yeah. I do want to say I'll go back to the East for my last one. But trending up, I know, and they did lose on Saturday, but Pittsburgh is trending up.
Yeah, I know. It's really weird. They're 6-3-1 in their last 10, I think. If I read that, yeah, they are.
Yes.
We expected this. I feel like we said this on the pod. Like Pittsburgh, just like they're gonna
They're
give their
always they're always in the race. They're always somehow in the race.
as long as they have Crosby, they will be. That's what we've been saying for years.
Yeah, but Pittsburgh's a team of like we'll win a lot, then we'll lose a lot in a row. Then we'll win a lot in a row, then we'll lose a lot in a row. They're very
Yeah,
inconsistent.
yeah, for sure. Okay, let's move on from trending up and down. Let's take a look at something that LeBlanc found on Twitter that he wanted to discuss. So LeBlanc, do you want to like explain this?
So I'm gonna pull up the photo before I discuss this. So where's it? So shout out to Big Head Hockey on Twitter. That's where we found this. Basically, is the list saying players in the NHL right now who are or who could be top 5 players in the world one day. And it's a short list, and there's a lot of debate about this on Twitter, and I thought we should discuss this in full. So the players are McDavid, Draisaitl, McKinnon, Matthews, Kucherov, Makar, Quinn Hughes, Kirill Kaprizov, Alexander Barkov, Jack Hughes, Connor Bedard, Makin Celebrini, Matvey Michkov, and Tim Stützle.
Yeah. Let's go through every player individually because I think that's a good way to gauge it. Let me actually find the tweet as well. She said Big Ed Hockey. I saw it the other day. Okay. So. Oh my God, this is horrible preparation by me. All right, I got it. Okay, first player Connor McDavid, yes. Second
Yeah.
player Leon Draisaitl, yes. Third player Nathan McKinnon, yes.
Yes.
Fourth player Nikita Kucherov, fourth player Austin Matthews, yes.
Yeah.
Fifth player Nikita Kucherov, I would say yes, but I could
Yeah.
see, like some people have them like 6 or 7, but he usually is like in that conversation. Kale McCarr. Most people, yes. I see some people who do have like him outside the top 5, which I totally get. But then Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes is really like might be better than McCarr. I'm like
He's turning it on. Yeah.
100%. Kirill Kaprizov.
This is one where I'm like we want to say like one day. 'Cause I do believe Kirill Kaprizov has not hit his prime yet. Like, this is probably the first year he's like taking a step forward. I feel like there's still more to come with Kirill Kaprizov.
I thought last year, or I'm thinking about Quinn Hughes. Yeah, this is the year where Kirill Kaprizov really like has taken a massive step. The last 2 seasons, he's been really good though. So I think that he should be in that argument. Alexander Barkov.
This is one where I'm like I don't know because I feel like I think this is what you're gonna get from Barkov. This is the best he's gonna be. I don't feel like he's gonna increase. Like he's the same age, same draft as McKinnon. So like I don't like I think if you said like top 15 player, yeah, we could have that conversation. But top 5, I'm gonna say I don't really believe in this one.
I believe he is a top 5 center.
Yeah.
Maybe not a top 5 player. I think we even had him in our top 5 at one point.
Yeah, we did.
List. Jack Hughes.
I'm gonna say yes, but I'm gonna like be hesitant on it because I think he can be a top 5 player.
Yeah, I think he can be too. Connor Bedard. Bedard? Probably.
Bedard's gonna get better. Bedard's gonna get way better. I'm gonna say yes.
When he and the Blackhawks are in their prime, I will get behind that. Macklin Celebrini.
Sure, it's his first year. You don't know how these things are gonna play out though. That's the thing.
I'm like in the same spot with Michkov. Like it's a little too hard to gauge just yet. Like I really do think like Michkov's gonna be like a really good player. But like I don't know. Like I would have to see like in his prime who else is playing still with him. I don't know. And then Tim Stützle.
Tim Stützle, I don't think he's not even scratched the surface in my eyes.
I think I think he's a fringe top 5 player.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think if you were talking top 10, I'd say probably he probably could be a top 10 player one day. But like he's 22 still. He's only 22 years old.
Yeah, I don't know. Like again, like with a lot of the younger players, like for the guys like that they mentioned, Jack Hughes and above, like I could see it For the younger guys, like I need to see like who else is playing while they're in their prime for me to be like, yeah, I agree. But yeah, is there anybody else that like you had in mind?
Like I think about it, but I'm gonna go for some like I read through some of these comments of some people who thought some players should have been included on this list.
Mitch Marner.
Mitch Marner was one of them, and I'll be honest, I got into it as I always do. I get into it with a lot of because like there's saying something to happen, then they're saying, oh, it's already happened.
He's reached his prime. He's not even a 100-point scorer, and he's like,
No,
what? How old is he?
he's 27. He's gonna be 27, 28 now.
Yeah, like he's not like.
Fuck, he's 28. That makes me feel so old. I remember he was like 19. He was like 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. Eichel was mentioned here a lot in the comments. I saw Eichel. I once again like Mitch Marner. This is what you're gonna get from Jack Eichel.
Lane Hudson.
Absolutely not. Like I don't mean to shit on Lane Hudson all the time, but like if we're talking like top
What?
5 defensemen in the future, we can have that conversation.
We'll have to see. We'll have to
Yeah.
see. We'll have to see for me to get behind him.
Another
You're right.
one.
I see
Another
him.
one. Another one was Panarin, but I don't think Panarin's. Would you say Panarin's been a top 5 player in this league ever?
No.
Top 10? Yes.
Top 10 probably, and I'm
No,
talking like number 9 or number 10. But I
I'm gonna
don't
say
think.
I'm just gonna list some people who've been named. Don't talk about them, but Logan Cooley was mentioned. Lucas Raymond, Alexis Lafreniere, Braden Point was mentioned a lot.
I could get behind Point. Maybe. I don't know though. Like I feel like you're looking at 5 players, five
Yeah,
best players in the league. I don't think so. Personally, I don't think so. I can see an argument. He's probably gonna be like a top 10, top
yeah.
15.
And then just some more. Rantanen was mentioned quite a bit as well.
Pasternak.
Pasternak, and Fantilli was mentioned as well.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know if I could get behind Fantilli.
Yeah, I
Maybe.
can't give up
Maybe.
behind
He's top
Fantilli.
5.
Yeah, and then Jesper Bratt, Matt Barzal, like some
Hell
like
no.
yeah, Elias Pettersson as well.
Pedersen maybe. Eh. The other guys, hell no, hell no. I can't agree with that.
Yeah, like I think that's really all this, and there's a lot of backlash saying that Stutzla and Celebrini shouldn't be on this list.
Yeah, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I agree with that. Again, as I said, I think he might be like a fringe top 5 player,
Yeah, and I'm gonna agree with you there. I'm not gonna fight you on that. So
but like I think he definitely is in the conversation at the very least. The other guys, like I don't really understand. Like I see some people saying that Panarin's better than him. I'm like, no, he's not. No, he's
mm,
not. I'm sorry.
like I do want to say like for the young guys, like there's still so much time to develop and grow. Like here's the thing, Bedard could be a 120-point player. It could be an 82-point player. That we just don't know.
Yeah, we don't. So
And not to mention, there's one player who's not drafted on here that I think would be in here when he gets to the league, and that's Gavin McKenna.
100%. I even think there might be some player, like even like I feel like someone like Porter Matone might get in to the
Man,
top.
he's ridiculous.
Yeah. So I will see where that goes, but that is a good list, LeBlanc. I'll give you props for that.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
I will say the NHL is in such a good spot for young talent right now. Like, there's so many good young players.
Like you see, like I even saw something that like the NBA is like struggling to get their next regime of young talent. Well, the
Mhm.
NHL is
They're,
they have
they're
much.
they're fine. They're fine. We good. Like we good. Like,
Yeah,
we
we have
good.
too much, and it makes it even more fun. Okay, I wanted to talk about something that was brought up in a lot of hockey outlets. Is analytics useful, or does it have a place in hockey? I'm talking about more specifically the argument that Tony DeAngelo and a couple players have gotten, or a couple of people have gotten into arguments over on social media with people like Dom. I forget his name.
Decision,
Decision.
right?
Sorry about that, Dom. Jay Fresh was another one. Yeah, those were ones that really sparked arguments of maybe analytics maybe not being useful in hockey. Do you agree with that necessarily?
So I always say you take the good with the bad. So I at first when analytics first started getting popular, I was really against analytics,
I
and
think I
now that I'm older, and so I would say analytics are a good tool to a point. They're like if you're like people who like you see arguments on Twitter all the time about this player's better than this one. But if you're just like throwing out charts and saying that and think, look, I'm right, that's like the charts don't mean everything. The eye test is still in my eyes a superior tool to see who's better because they could do stuff on the ice that doesn't count towards analytics that you think is very good.
Yeah, I feel like in a way, like I for analytics, in a way I get it. In a way I think it's useful. But I also believe that I agree with you. Like I think that you have to watch the games too. You can't just look at the analytics and be like, "Oh yeah, yeah, he sucks. That's why." Which is why, like, for someone like me, I try and watch as much hockey as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. I'm not just gonna look at charts all day and be like, "Oh yeah, this is why. Yeah, this is why. Yeah, this is why."
Like people who like just go into like chart like, oh look at his wins above replacement. He must be awful. Like there's
They
not
never
like
watch the game in
like
their
like
life.
like 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 watch a game. Like the analytic community, I always find the analytic community a little sensitive towards the stats. But I do think analytics really do impact. I think goalies are the one group of players that get really impacted by those analytics because like, oh, look at his was it goals saved above expected? And
Yeah.
like and also like if you're new to analytics, like learning all like the advanced stats, it takes some time because like I'm like what the hell is Corsi? What the hell is that? What the hell
I
is...
still don't know what that is.
It's like I couldn't tell you. I'm not gonna I could not tell you.
It's still I've learned to understand it more as I've been on like social media and I've made videos for as long as I have, but still, I still think that watching the games is a much better way of gauging how good a player is or how good players really are. So
Mm.
again, like this wasn't really meant to be that big of a discussion topic, but overall, I do think that it definitely has a part in hockey now, but I don't think it's as important as people read it up to be.
Yeah, multiple teams have analytics departments, but like they're not like this huge department. It's like maybe three guys in a room. like
Yeah,
for
yeah.
but like analytics has a place in hockey, but it's not like no one is like basing everything off of advanced stats. Like if you do base everything off of advanced stats, and I'm with all due respect, touch grass. With all due
Yeah,
respect.
yeah. I'll stand with that. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to our next thing here. That I wanted to talk about. So LeBlanc didn't even know about this. When I told him this, he was like, "What? Where did you hear that from?" So apparently, Darren Dreger went on TSN, I think a week or two ago, talking about how there is a lot of pushing from the NHL to really expand their presence in Europe or in other countries around the world. Because you see the NFL doing it so much. They go to games, they support programs over there, they do this, they do that. The NHL, they just have like one or two games a year where they kind of go overseas, or they'll go to China, or they went to Australia a couple years ago, which I thought was cool. But again, you see those things, and like that's kind of what they do. But they were really talking about, and Darren Dreger really brought it up about the possibility of like a European league. How do you feel about that?
For me, there's already like leagues in Europe though. Like that's the one thing. Like for the NFL, like the NFL had NFL Europe and that failed spectacularly. But like there's already leagues in Europe that have garnered so much attention. Like also you'd be stepping. I want to say this, you'd be stepping into the SHLs, the German Hockey League, the Swiss League. You're stepping into their territory. I don't think they would want the NHL just stepping on their toes and saying I'm here now.
Maybe a way that you could grow hockey is do more games in Europe.
Yeah.
Do
Like
more games.
I would be open to like if they had like if they cut their contract at the ECHL and had like the last league in Europe, I could be on board for that.
I would not be on board with that as an ECHL fan, but I do get what you're saying. I think that it wouldn't be a bad idea to have like a European minor league over there, but I feel like if you were to do that, maybe inherit a league that is going on right now.
Yeah, I do feel like they could add yes, inherit a league is going on now, or like all the European prospects that you can go over right away and like play in the AHL or like or like he's and if you're but if you play in the CHL, you have to wait until you're like 20 to play in the AHL. What they should do is they could inherit a league, and then they have all the prospects who are under 20 play in that league.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. It's like a prospects league,
Mm-hmm.
essentially. That wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest with you. I also think like they should expand outside of Europe. Like, don't just go into that place. Go to like Africa. Go to like Asia. Go to like those countries. Go like, hear me out. Go somewhere like maybe in the Middle East. Make teams there where hockey is not that big.
Yes, but I also want to point this out. There it's gonna sound like such a Canadian. There's no ice there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I
but
figured.
like, and like, I get going to different places, but like, you want to go to Africa. Well, they don't have the facilities for that. They don't have the stuff, stuff there for an NHL game. They're also there for to make programs out of it. So I understand growing the game, but it's also like you need to be able to be realistic with like going to the Middle East. If you're going to like Dubai, like I can
That's what
see
they're talking about.
I can see
They're
that
talking
work. I can
about
see that
Dubai.
working Dubai, but like I don't know. Like it's a broad topic. I don't think it's gonna work. I think the NHL needs, if they want to make a league in Europe, that's one thing. Going out of the way to the Middle East, I don't know how players would feel about that either. Yeah, we're gonna send you to our affiliate in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, you know
I
what I mean?
that,
Yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna bring a topic like that, there's got to be a better plan than that.
it's
But
you know what I'll tell you what it is. It's the NHL looking at Middle Eastern money, the deep pockets of the Middle East.
don't do it. Don't do it. Don't
No.
do it to the MLH.
I'm just saying that could be. Remember, we heard about this free on free hockey league that Steve Dangle was proposing.
Yep.
And then he
Yep.
quickly shut that shit down.
Yeah, he did.
So like, I don't know what it is. Like, I just don't really agree with the idea of putting a league in Europe.
Yeah. I don't know. I really I will we'll have to see where
I don't know.
I don't think
This,
anything amounts to it, but it was something that was brought up.
this could be prime rib, or this could be a nothing burger. Like, it's really.
I think it's going to be a nothing burger, but I've
Yeah,
been
so
wrong
do I.
before, so we will see. All right, let's move into our last topic here of this episode. Well, Block wanted to do a list that we could post on Instagram, so we thought, hey, this is a good idea to do it. The best goalie of every team's franchise all time. So, is there any like requirements for this, LeBlock? Is there anything that we should know?
They've
Or
had to play at least one season for the franchise.
okay,
For Utah, we are going to include Arizona as their history. We're not going to have Utah as 1 year wonders.
okay, yeah.
The Jets 1.0 does not count towards Winnipeg. It counts towards Utah.
And do the Thrashers really
The
don't.
Thrashers count towards Winnipeg. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay,
So
let's just go
I
alphabetical.
okay. I was gonna do it by standings. We can do it alphabetically.
I would rather do it alphabetical because I'm gonna
All
remember.
right, for sure.
All right. Okay, so starting off with the Anaheim Ducks.
I think it is John Sebastian Jaguar.
I also agree with that. Sorry. Probably should have this better prepared. All
Yeah,
right.
Jaguar. Jaguar, one cup, one Conn Smythe, elite.
Do you have any honorable mentions?
Yes, I want to honorable mention John Gibson. I think he's been one of the better goalies in Anaheim's history, and I think he deserves to be recognized.
Do you have a goalie right now who you think could become like maybe the best goalie in Ducks history? Do you think
Dostal, the way I'm really high on Lucas Dostal. I think if he could continue like what he's going at, he could end up one of the all-time greats for the Ducks.
he could? He could for sure. I could see that. Let me look at those Dostal stats real quick. The fifth winningest goalie in Ducks history has 77 wins. Dostal right now is 25.
Yeah, so he's
really
gonna break that. Like,
yeah, for sure. But we'll see. All right. Next up, then we'll go to the Boston Bruins. The Bruins. Who are you thinking? There's a lot of goalies there.
there's a lot of goalies that played for Boston, and I'm gonna say I think it's Tim Thomas.
Okay. You want to back that up a little bit?
I'm gonna go to Tim Thomas's stats so I can actually back up my point real quick. I totally forgot. I had him up earlier, and here we go. Yeah, so like he's one of Conn Smythe. He's one of the best goalies of his generation. Let's see if I get his stats up here.
You know what? Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah,
I
like
think it should be.
yeah, 921. He had a 933 in 0809. His cup run 938. Like this dude just saved pucks and like he was averaging less than 2 goals a game in his prime.
He's fifth in most wins as a Bruin, but he actually played a lot less games than a lot of other Bruins did.
Mm-hmm.
Any honorable mentions for Boston?
Tuukka Rask.
Tuukka Rask. Anyone else?
Do you have anyone else?
I thought maybe somebody like Tiny Thompson.
Maybe Gary Cheevers.
Yeah, Cheevers as well. Andy
Yeah,
Moog was there for a
yeah,
good time.
Moog. Yeah, I do think that Thomas is go. And I do want to say one thing before we continue because I forgot to mention it to you. You can only use the goalie once. So if there's multiple teams that have good goalies, you can't use them twice.
I think we'll be okay though. I don't
Okay.
think we're gonna have any overlaps.
I also do want to shout out Tim. He was supposed to be on this episode today, but he had a personal issue come up, and it was his idea. We and him did this earlier in the week, so I want to shout out Tim.
Yeah, shout out Tim, 100%. Uh, Buffalo Sabres.
Hasek.
Yeah, I thought maybe you would go honorable mention Ryan Miller.
Yeah, Miller. Oh man, I grew up in Ryan Miller's prime. I was a kid. He was. I'm watching him going like, wow, he was so good in his prime. No, one of the most underrated players, I think, in NHL history. If I'm gonna be honest. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I could probably agree with that.
No one gave him his due. Flames.
Actually, no. Wait a second. Honorable mentions to Marty Baron and Tom Barrasso as well.
Yeah. I'm going to say what team are we on? Sorry.
Flames.
Kipper. Mika Kiprusoff.
Well, Kiprusoff as well. Honorable mention to Mike Vernon.
Yes, Mike Vernon. Yes, he was very good goalie for the Flames. Unfortunately, his relationship with the Flames is not great. So.
Yeah. So. All right. Yeah, Carolina Hurricanes.
It's Cam Ward.
Kind of a short franchise there with Carolina. Like they even with Hartford, really it's not that big.
Like an honorable I couldn't even give you an honorable mention on that. Like you could actually no, I can't say like Frederick Anderson because
I would go with Artur
yeah.
Survey. Or
Yeah,
Mike Liut, or even like Sean Burke,
Manny Legacy.
Yeah. Kevin Weeks as well. I see on this list. Yeah. Oh my God. All right. Yeah. It's definitely Cam Ward. They never really had
They've never had a consistently good goaltender in Carolina.
Yeah, they've gone through a lot, to be honest. So. All right. Chicago Blackhawks.
I think wholeheartedly, and this might be a hot take. It's Tony Esposito.
No, I agree with that. That's not a hot take.
Shout out Glenn Hall.
Yeah, shout out Glenn Hall. Most wins. Esposito has the most wins by a.
And then Ed Belfour as well.
Yeah. You mean include both of them in honorable mentions? Okay.
We can do one. It's up to you.
I'm just kind of rolling with it. All right. Colorado Avalanche.
Patrick Waugh.
Yeah, I think that's really no debate.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of an honorable mention right now.
Colorado. Hang on a second.
Jose Theodore.
Even Semyon Varlamov. He was there for a long time.
He was, and he was really good for them. Yeah, I would say, it's probably gonna be. I would say honorable mention would be, either Jose Theodore or David Abershire.
Yeah, we'll go with Jose Theodore.
Okay.
Blue Jackets might be.
It's Bob.
Bob, not Vasilevsky. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, the Jackets have not had a great goaltending outside of Bob. I'm gonna
It
be very
might
frank there.
be Merzlikins.
It
Like,
might be,
honest.
or it could be Steve Mason. He had that one great year, and then that's it.
No, I'm
You know?
rolling. Yeah, I'll roll with Steve Mason. Mason, I think, is a good honorable mention.
Mm.
He wasn't that bad with Columbus that you might
He
think.
wasn't. He won Rookie of the Year with Columbus. He won.
Yeah, was barely even there for that long. Yeah, the next best would be like Corpusalo.
Mm.
Yeah, Corpusalo, as he's known on this podcast. Da-
Four.
Dallas merged with Minnesota.
Okay. I this might be a hot take. It's Marty Turco.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Not even really a hot take. I agree
I
with
mean,
you.
you could say Ed Belfour.
I don't think he played. No, he played 300 games. I think it's good. I think it's an argument.
I would like it's basically on who do you prefer?
Yeah, I think I would go Belfour honorable mention, and then Turco is probably the best goalie. Uh, Even like you think Jake Oninger could be in this conversation at some point?
Onger, I think he's getting up there where he could be. Onger will probably, if he stays, he'll be probably one of the best goalies in Stars history.
Yeah, well, he is signed to a long term deal, so he
Mm-hmm.
is staying.
Yeah.
Detroit.
There's been a lot of great goalies for the Red Wings.
Yeah,
I think it's Terry Sawchuk.
yeah, I agree with that. Honorable mention to
I'd say Chris Osgood.
yeah. They never really like. I mean, Sawchuk played in an era that was really good, but he never really like. They haven't really had like a really good goalie.
Yeah, like Osgood played 565 games for the team. Like other than that, like Jim Rutherford was there for a while.
Yeah, Rutherford, even like Hasek was there for.
Patrick wasn't there for that long though. He's there for 2 seasons.
Yeah. Jimmy Howard as well, like the same.
Howard has a lot of records in the Red Wings, and like I know Red Wings fans don't like Jimmy Howard.
Just because of that last year, he wasn't good.
Yeah, but yeah, you could. I would say on much of Chris Osgood.
Yeah. Oilers.
Oh, there's one. There's literally only one option for this. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's Grant Fuhr.
Yeah,
Honorable mention to I don't even know. Bill Ranford, Andy Moog, Cam Talbot,
don't put Cam Talbot in this.
Nico
Don't.
Koskinen. Holy crap, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
I wish we had a podcast in the Koskinen era.
Oh my. No, he was bad there. I can't say Dubnik. Oh, Dwayne Rollison.
Yeah, I'll go with Dwayne Rolson.
Yeah. I don't think Cujo didn't play for the Oilers. Did he? He did.
He did. Yes, he didn't play too long though.
The fact that I could say Mike Smith makes me sad.
Yeah. Florida Panthers. We got to be very careful.
I'm going to say it's John Van Beesbrook.
You're not going to say Luongo? Hang on.
Oof. That's
Wait a second. Yeah, I'm gonna go. We'll go with Van Beesbrook. We can't really.
like you could argue it's Bob, but we can't say Bob.
No, we can't say Bob. We'll go with Van Beesbrook.
You know, I'm looking at this. Like Van Beesbrook, like Longo is the Panthers like all time like games played leader for a goalie. Van Beesbrook was there. I think he was there 5 or 4 years. But when he was there, it was like probably outside of these past couple of years where it were the best Panthers teams.
What about an honorable mention?
Honestly, we could put. So are we putting Van Beesbrook or Luongo?
I'm rolling with Van Beesbrook. I think
Okay.
Luongo was better in the other place he played rather than.
Yeah, I'll go Luongo as the honorable mention,
Okay.
and I'm gonna say Thomas Vokoun.
Ooh. Yeah, I like Vokoun. L.A. Kings.
It's quick. Like it's
Quick is not close. It really does not come close.
shout out Raji Vachon.
What a goat. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Quick doesn't even come close. Doesn't
Yeah,
even he
like
really played for them. So
yeah, it's Quick and then Vachon because Vachon and Quick is also the longest tenured Kings goalie by like it's not even close. Like he has
400 games.
400. He has 400 more games than Raji Vachon.
Yeah. So he is without a doubt.
Yeah, and then
Uh
shout out Kelly Rudy.
yeah, Minnesota Wild.
Okay, Minnesota has never had. I'm not gonna say that. They've never had like a really elite goalie like in their franchise history.
I'm
And
going
I'm gonna
with Backstrom.
you're going Backstrom. I was gonna say Dubnik.
Uh what are their stats?
They're really close. It's like it's flip a coin. Like it's that close. You know what? We'll go Backstrom and we'll say Dubnik's an honorable mention.
Yeah, Backstrom is like literally such a forgotten goalie. Just because
He
he had
was
the
he
same.
was on Minnesota when Minnesota was like really bad.
Yeah, and he made them not so bad.
Yeah, I don't forget it, the first time Minnesota made the playoffs after the Parise. Nick Backstrom was the goalie. He got hurt, and that was the end of his career.
This is all like taking such a trip down memory lane.
I know. You got like that the meme where like just guys sitting on a table and just like pulling out like old names. Old names.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yep. Montreal Canadiens. Carey Price. Come on.
I am going to say no. It's
What?
Ken Dryden.
Actually, yeah. I'll go with Ken Dryden.
We can
Honorable
make
mention Price.
yeah. Price is like they've had so many good goalies.
Dryden, though, because he played like the recency bias is there with Price. He's the winningest goalie in Canadiens history. Played the most games. Dryden quit because it was too hard.
Dryden quit because he was too easy for him. Like he has 6 Stanley Cups, 5 Vezinas. Like nowadays, like if you have 5 Stanley Cups, like the goat. Like I'm not even gonna like.
Yeah, honestly. Um,
Honorable mention Carey Price and Jacques Plante.
yeah, Jock Plon as well. Okay. Nashville Predators. I think it's
It's Pekka Rinne, and it's not that close.
what a legend. Oh, I
And
forgot about Renee.
the Pekka Rinne was honestly, I love watching him play.
I still remember when it was a few years ago when we were talking about Hussein Saros being the future of the Nashville Predators and Rene was the past. Man,
Yeah. I would say the honorable mention for me is Yusei Saros,
yeah, I
and
think
then
he's
I'm gonna say this because he was there. That now, I'm gonna sound Vokun was also in Nashville for a very long time.
yeah, almost 400 games there with the team. New Jersey Devils.
It's
Britter. Yeah.
Broder. Like like come on. I don't know.
Come on, yeah. How about an honorable mention?
This is tough. Oh,
Corey Schneider.
Corey Schneider, but like Corey Schneider. Oh, yeah, let me just go to games played.
I always loved Corey Schneider. He has played 300 games with the Devils.
Schneider was like an elite goalie for New Jersey but New Jersey was not a good team at the like what I always get because he was like really good for New Jersey, but he just and then when New Jersey got good, that's when he kind of fell off.
You know, I'm looking at like the most. What I'm using for this is I'm looking at the most wins by like Devils goalies. You know, Mackenzie Blackwood is number 5.
Yes, I've seen that right now. It's kind of like outside because they had Broder for Broder played for them for so long.
1,300 games. I don't think we've seen another goalie with that many so
Broder
far.
also averaged like he was playing like 75 games a year too.
Yeah, barely rested. New York Islanders. It's probably Billy Smith.
It's Billy Smith. I think yeah, like the Islanders are more known for bad goaltenders. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're more known for not
Honorable mention
great.
to
Don't say it. Don't say it. Honestly, oh my god, you could say Sorokin.
you could
Sorokin, because
Glenn
like like
the R word.
I'm not saying Rick DiPietro. Don't.
Starts with R, ends with ick. DiPietro.
No, don't put that evil on me. All right.
Kelly Barudi's also there too.
Kelly Rudy, Glenn Reich. I think I'm gonna say Sorokin.
Okay, all right, we'll go with Sorokin. Why not?
Because, like, I don't know. Like, Robin Leonard, I don't, like, oh,
The Rangers.
it's,
Lundqvist.
it's, it's Hank. Like, it's still a travesty he never got a cup.
It really is.
Like, here's the thing. I don't like the Rangers, but, like, I would love to see, if the Rangers won and Hank got his cup, I would have been happy. I would
Honorable mention
say
Mike Richter.
Mike Richter, and honestly, you know who played for them for a lot? Also, John Van Beesbrook. Also,
Yeah.
John.
Ottawa Senators.
Now, when I did this with Tim said the wrong goalie, and I got really mad at him. I got really.
What did he say?
He said Damian Rhodes or Patrick Lalime, but it's Craig Anderson.
Yeah, it has to be. You know, Anton Forsberg is 7th in all-time wins.
That makes me sad. That makes me sad.
Honorable mention. Probably.
Lalime,
Yeah.
Lalime, yeah.
Many would say the Hamburglar, but he never. But he
He was there for like a year. He was there for
didn't
like,
play 100 games.
I'm looking at all like there's Ottawa's never had a consistent goalie like throughout their history.
Yeah, Ryan Elliott I see in there, or Brian
Like
Elliott I see in there.
like Linus Allmark has played 20 games. He's number 31.
Oh, I completely forgot that Robin Leonard played for the Senators.
Yeah, we drafted him.
Philadelphia, it's Bernie Parent.
Oh my God, me and Tim did not think of Bernie Perron.
Who did you say? Ron Hextall?
We said Hextall.
No, it's not Hextall. It's Parent.
I'm gonna take your word for it then.
Parent is ahead of his time.
Yep.
Honorable mention though the Hextall. It makes me really sad seeing Carter Hart though number 4.
Number 4. What the hell?
He played a lot. He almost had 100
He
wins.
did. Yeah.
And
Steve Mason's there too.
yeah, Mason's top 3. Man, this is really a throwback. All these names: Brian Elliott. Oh my god.
Oh my God. And Tiro Ninamaki.
I don't know.
Man, that's a throwback right there for me.
Wayne Stevenson. Yeah. Just
Brian Elliott is 15th. That's kind of crazy.
Urson's not far from being on that list either, though.
Who also played for the Flyers? John Van Beesbrook.
Pittsburgh. Fleury.
Fleury.
You know Tristan Jarry's 3rd in Penguins wins.
That also makes me sad.
Probably makes Penguins fans more sad than that.
It does.
Honorable mention, well, probably Tom Barrasso.
Tom Barrasso, yeah, he was there for a long time. Would you say Matt Murray deserves an honorable mention?
No, he didn't play. He wasn't that long.
200 games for Fleury. For Murray, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, Barrasso played almost 500, and Fleury almost played 700.
Yeah.
San Jose. It's probably Nabokov.
Naby, yeah, Nabokov.
The honorable mention is probably freaking Martin.
I would say Antti Niemi.
Yeah.
Niemi has better stats than Jones, by far.
Is Martin Jones still in the NHL?
I think he's in the AHL or he's a free agent.
Oh my god, I gotta look now.
Because he played for Toronto. He played for Toronto last year.
Aaron Dell.
Fuck Aaron Dell.
Yeah, Aaron. Yeah, Jones is a free agent. I don't think he's retired. I think he's still active.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Capo Kakinen is number 10 in Sharks goalies game played.
That is pretty crazy. For Jones currently is. I think he's retired. Is he retired? Yeah, he is retired. Wait, I can't tell. He won a cup?
He
won a cup.
He won the cup with LA. He was a backup.
Oh my god, he was with LA. Holy crap, I forgot about that.
Funny story, he was Dylan's favorite goalie and then he got traded.
Yeah, I believe that.
No, they got traded to Boston, which is fine. Then Boston traded into San Jose, which then he got pissed.
Yeah, I'm sure he would have gotten pissed at that. Seattle.
It's the cord.
Martin Jones played for the Kraken too? I completely What a goat. What an absolute goat. Greatest goalie of all time.
I'm gonna say that it is
He did for the
Decord.
Flyers too. How am I forgetting all this stuff?
I mean,
I love Martin Jones.
the Kraken have had 4 goalies ever.
I'm going with Dackard.
Yeah, Decord.
Decord. Grubauer, like I have
Guerrero's stats are
so freaking
horrible.
bad. He's so bad though. He has the most wins of any Kraken goalie.
Because he
But
started a lot. Because he started.
yeah, you look at his overall stats, it's not good. St. Louis Blues. Probably Cujo. Wait, hang on, let me see.
It's Bennington.
Hang on a
Bennington
second.
has literally all the records for St. Louis.
Does he actually?
Yes. Remember he got the all-time wins marker a few weeks ago?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right.
He's going to pass Mike Lute for the most games played by a goalie very soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll put Cujo as a honorable mention, and you could say Jake Allen as well.
Allen was there for so long.
Allen was very good. He was there for so long, yet he only didn't even get 300 games.
Yeah, I liked Allen.
Oh, Allen and Halak were a tandem for a very long time in St. Louis.
Yeah, that was also what they rolled with. Lightning, it is Vasilevsky.
It's Vasi, and then I would say the honorable mention would probably be Happy Bullen.
Probably. No, I mean like Ben Bishop's the only other
Ben
one.
Bishop as well, yeah.
Mike Smith.
Yeah, I'd say Bishop and Happy Bullen.
Louis Domingue. Toronto.
I think it is Johnny Bauer.
Yeah, honorable mention though the Turk Broda.
Turk Broda. Yeah, I was thinking Turk Broda too.
Not a lot of like written. They also
There's
did like a
Yeah, like I said, like Toronto. Like if you look at Montreal, the franchise who's always had an elite goalie. Toronto, the franchise who's always been like it had like one or two good goalies, and the rest of the year like there are times like they've been.
hold
Toronto's
on.
more known for their playmakers though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Utah / Arizona / Winnipeg 1.0.
who would you say? Because I think you know the history more than I do.
Hang on a second. My thing really just struggled to load. I need to see. Let me look at Arizona first. Who do you think?
I think it's either one of these two. It's either Mike Smith or it's Ilya Bryzgalov.
That's who I'm going with. Who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because Ilya Bryzgalov, Smith was there for about 50 games more, but Bryzgalov's stats are better.
Yeah, I'll go with Brizgalov.
I put Mike Smith in an honorable mention.
Yeah, I will. I will do that. I don't know. Utah, just a little.
But how is Karl Vejmelka number 8 on the wins list?
That is kind of crazy. I love Vizmelka though. I'll never forget the day he shut out the Leafs. Greatest day of my life.
That was awesome.
Vancouver Canucks. It's Luongo.
Luongo.
That's why we skipped him for Florida because we cannot use more than one goalie once.
I would
mention to
Kurt McLean, yeah. Yeah, I would say yeah, Kurt McLean. Yeah.
Golden Knights, probably Fleury.
We can't use Fleury.
Can't use Fleury. It's gonna be Logan freaking Thompson.
Yeah, that's what I would say. Like it's either because are you gonna say Aiden Hill? No, I say Logan Thompson.
Malcolm Subban.
Keep forgetting how like there's such a new franchise that
I
Jonathan
love
Quick.
seeing all these names. All of these names are just such throwbacks.
Yeah.
Jonathan Quick is 9th in all-time wins.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's funny. It's crazy, isn't it?
Honorable mention. We said honorable mention. Fleury.
And would you put Aiden Hill in the honorable mention or no?
Sure. Capitals.
I would say it's either Holtby or it's Olaf Kolzig.
I'm going. Holtby was there for the Cup. Kolzig played 700.
Kolzig was there for a long time, but Holtby's stats are so much better.
I'm gonna go Kolzig.
I would say honorable mentions go to Holtby and Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
Jim Carrey won a couple of Vesnas.
not the actor. Michael Neuwirth, his 9th
My
all-time
God.
wins.
Grubauer.
Oh, what a
I
name!
keep forgetting Grubauer was a Capital.
He wasn't even really there for that long either, though.
He was the starter going into their cup run, and then he got pulled for Holtby.
Yeah, and then look how that went. And then finally, the Winnipeg Jets. It's Hellebuck.
Hellebuck. There's no argument. I don't like honorable mention like Andre Pavlik.
Laurent Brossoit. Yeah, like I think it's Pavlik.
I just want to see that.
Like Pavlik was there for the Thrashers, and like still like it's.
Yeah, it's probably Pavlik. Pavlik is. Yeah, Pavlik. Want to go Michael Hutchison?
Oh my God, that's such a throwback too. Is he even still in the NHL? Like half of these goalies, like I forgot about completely.
No, Pavlik's not in the NHL anymore.
No, I meant Hutchinson.
There's no way.
You're gonna make me look it up, aren't you?
He plays in Liga.
Oh, he does.
Yeah.
What a legend! What a legend!
Yeah,
All right.
It's it's crazy. Dave Riddick's number 7 in all-time Jets wins.
That is kind of crazy too, and he only played there like how long? Like only like a year or two.
21 games.
Yeah,
and Chris and Steve Mason both played for this franchise.
No, I don't think Steve Mason did.
Yeah, I see right here. Steve Mason played 13 games. Played 13 games for the Jets.
Oh, it must have been at the end of
his career. Yeah, and then Chris Mason played 20 games for the Jets.
Oh my God, what a time. Because that's when Steve Mason he got traded to Montreal and then he just up and left.
Yeah.
All right, do you want to go through the full list?
Let's do it.
All right. Anaheim Ducks, John Sebastian Jaguar. Boston Bruins, Tim Thomas. Buffalo Sabres, Dominic Hasek. Calgary Flames, Mika Kiprusoff. Hurricanes, Cam Ward. Blackhawks, Tony Esposito. Avalanche, Patrick Waugh. Blue Jackets, Sergei Bobrovsky. Marty Turco, Dallas Stars. Detroit Red Wings, Terry Sawchuk. Edmonton Oilers, Grant Fuhr. Florida Panthers, John Van Beesbrook. LA Kings, Jonathan Quick. Minnesota Wild, Nicholas Backstrom. Montreal Canadiens, Ken Dryden. Nashville Predators, Pekka Rinne. New Jersey Devils, Marty Brodeur. New York Islanders, Billy Smith. New York Rangers, Henrik Lundqvist. Ottawa Senators, Craig Anderson. Philadelphia Flyers, Bernie Perrance. Pittsburgh Penguins, Marc-Andre Fleury. San Jose Sharks, Evgeny Nabokov. Seattle Kraken, Joey Decord. Blues, Jordan Binnington. Lightning, Andre Vasilevsky. Maple Leafs, Johnny Bauer. Utah/Arizona/Winnipeg 1.0, Ilya Bryzgalov. Vancouver Canucks, Roberto Luongo. Vegas Golden Knights, as odd as it sounds, Logan Thompson. Washington Capitals, Olaf Kolzig. And then last but not least, Winnipeg Jets, Connor Hellebuck. All right. You like that list?
Perfect.
All right. Cool. That is all we have for the Northern Block podcast. LeBlock, any final thoughts?
Let's get a pizza.
Yeah, let's get a pizza. Looking at the Oilers versus Panthers right now, Oilers are up to 4-2 on Florida right now.
What? It was 2-1.
Yeah. Oilers kind of took off 3 straight goals.
Nice.
Shows why they're the best team in the league. Or not the best team in the league. Best team in hottest team.
Yeah, they're one of the hottest teams in the league right now. So
yeah. All right, well, that'll do it for this episode of the Northern Block Podcast. Thank you guys for watching or listening. If you did enjoy, be sure to like and subscribe down below if you're watching on the YouTube end. If you're following on the podcast end of things, give us a good review. Tell your friends. Follow us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Follow the NordBlockPod Instagram at NordBlockPod. Follow the NordBlockPod Twitter at NordBlockPod to see content, opinions, and all that good stuff. That's it for us. I'm Nord. That's Block. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Ciao.
I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Man, I just do what I do. Don't know about you, I just do what I do. Check, that's the intro. See that? Yeah, I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do. Yo, check. Let me flip this script. I feel privileged for all who can witness this. I am close to divine. Know the moment is mine, need an omen or sign. I sprint, providing a back sound to all the squares that ask around. Be getting it, my skills pay me. Trying to get a million, baby, with an adopted flow that God gave me. Me now. Tell whoever runners that they spot is temporary till I take it, it's mine. I'm selfish. Yo, will tell Miss I'm on my wealth tip. So when we cash out soon, I'm just investing. No yes men, I've been a legend since before mom and dad had me and was best friends. I chew through comp, don't test them. I chew on tracks, cause after that I bless them. I just do what I do. You see me? I just do what I do. I just do what I do. I don't know about you, I just do what I do. Check. I just do what I do. See me? I just do what I do.